So, probably a niche take, but I really hope to see more of Overlord Giara, otherwise known as Thrall's alternate Draenor counterpart, or like technically his sister, sort of, whatever. I want to see her play a bigger role in the future. Like, I want to see her go completely bananas and kick some ass. Side note, also, when I was writing down what to use for a cold open, I accidentally wrote Overlord Giara, and then I couldn't stop but picturing her in like the same model as like Gorfine from Hellfire, where it's like big old fat man with teeny little legs, and then I was like, oh lord, she coming.
Thralls Balls! They're everywhere!
Thralls Balls, the World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolas, Gershom, and Wooly. What's up, swingers? From the TB headquarters on the foamy streets of Milwaukee, welcome to Thralls Balls, episode 36. Yeah. Those of you who are listening might notice we have new background music. Yeah, so, you know, new Mixed Drink of the Week series, new background music. Anyway, on today's show, we're going to talk about 9.2. We begin a brand new saga in the world of the Mixed Drink of the Week, fuck yeah, and draft the best in-game alcoholic beverages to stock our bars with. I'm Wooly, and I'm joined, as always, by Gershom and Bentolas. How's it going, guys? How you doing?
Dude, I'm laughing so fucking hard at that Overlord shit. I'm sorry.
Overlord
Hi,
DR.
Ben. Overlord.
Oh,
Ben,
Lord, she coming.
It's so nice to hear your voice. Did you enjoy your vacation?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I've seen you posting a bunch about being drunk, though. How you doing there, bud?
It was good. It was good. I can't drink during the show today because we're going to a comedy show tonight, so I don't want to like ruin it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of bent, I actually the other day, Shay and I fired up a hookah, and like I showed her that if you talk while you still have the smoke in you, it like lowers your voice, and it blew her fucking mind. She was like, "How'd you do that?"
I missed that about
fucking wizard.
I got like this stick I'm so calling. I'll see if I can do it with this.
Oh.
Here we go.
Hello, what's going on?
Oh, it worked.
There it is.
Nice. Anyway, so what have we been up to in WoW? Let's start with Bent. Why not? Because we, it's been a bit. Oh, I should address, we didn't have an episode last week. I want to explain why without going into too much detail. I'm not fishing for sympathy or anything here, but there is a member of my family who's experiencing some rather scary health issues at the moment. So I had not felt up to being able to do a show. I know there's a couple of you out there who either don't follow on Twitter or don't join the Discord, and that's fine. You do you. Go Little Rockstar. But you might not have been privy to how I said why we didn't have an episode, so this is my explanation for you. Yeah, we're gonna try not to skip episodes though, because we have a history of doing that sometimes, but I feel like for the most part we're fairly consistent. Anyway, Ben, what you been up to in WoW?
Not a whole lot. I rogues. Apparently that's going to be the next best spec for me, but it feels like dog shit to play. I don't like it, so I think I'm going to stick with Venter.
Your mic cut out. What did you say you were doing for next?
I maxed out my my Kyrian.
Oh, okay.
And then I leveled up a monk. He finally got to 60, and he's just working on. He's almost max renown with Necrolord, and then I got to do the Kyrian again on this guy so I could tank and stuff. Other than that, getting ready for 9.2. My guild kind of stopped. Once it got announced, we were just like, we're never gonna get Sylvanas now. So we did a nice like relax.
If you guys got the Mythic Sylvanas, but you guys didn't get it.
Well, I mean, the thing was like, if we were closer to it, we probably would have kept going, but we were nowhere near, like, we weren't even consistently getting into phase 2. So it was just like, why bang our heads against something when it's gonna go away in a couple
Yeah.
weeks? And gives everyone like a little break, try out new classes. I know a few people are switching, so yeah, that's pretty much been it though. I was in Houston, and then obviously I have my girlfriend's brother here, so it's good to be back, and looking forward to doing the show.
Hell yeah. What about you, Gershie Squirts?
Oh, very funny. I have no idea how Slide Whistle came up from that name.
He's
I thought
fucking
it was
Slide Whistle.
I thought it
Like,
was Squirshome at one point, and then all of a sudden it was Gershie Squirt.
he
So
reached into his weird bag of holding that is his brain and came up with that.
yeah, it's like the new banana heads. Just call me Gershie Squirts. It's cool. So I played my Warlock a little bit. I was working on her Renown because I wanted the Renown 73 mount. So I had her at Kyrian just to get the Renown 73 mount. By the way, I don't like the Kyrian campaign at all. I haven't even finished it. I think it's bogus. But it's cool that I can wear like any outfit now that anyone else has earned. So she's running around. I know like a long time ago I talked about trying to RP her for Kyrian.
Long time ago. Sorry, I had to.
Time.
I
But,
can
yeah.
still remember. I'm sorry, continue.
No, you're good. But I don't really like the clothes. It's very Kyrian-y. It's very like wings, and I was trying to RP her. I do like the Covenant ability, which is called Scouring Tithe. Just real quick, I know we don't do like deets on the show, but basically like it puts a dot on the person, and if they die while the dot is on them, then you get your 5 soul shards back. So if you do it right and you put it at the end of your rotation, you're basically running around with unlimited soul shards. And I like that, which is, I appreciate the fact that now we can wear whatever clothes and use whatever mount. So basically I'm going to get 73, get the Kyrian mount, and then put her in whatever clothes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And I enjoyed, this is probably like noob news to you, Wooly, because you play a lot, but I finally figured out like the Havoc / fear combo where you put Havoc on someone and then you fear them and then you start taking down the other guy, and the other dude basically tries to run back to you and dies like halfway before he even gets to you. So I was actually laughing. I was like, that's pretty fun. I'm enjoying my Warlock for like fun stuff. You know what I mean?
I'm aware of that trick. I tend not to use it very much because I feel like the cast time on fear, I could get more damage out of Havoc, but I also, I don't know, I guess I just have more experience on the class, so I, like, know the ins and outs and tricks to do to,
Yeah, that was like my first trick. No, it was a total noob trick, but I enjoyed, like, I got a good giggle out of
I mean,
that
if
happen.
it's badass, you do it, Anything else you've been up
fun.
to?
And it's obviously not. Yeah, I got my rogue to 60. That was fun. Actually, I know I said at one point that I was talking about her like not really enjoying her, and I kind of fucked with her rotation a little bit, and I had fun with that. Like I was like, it's a lot more smooth now. It's a lot less clicking, and I was kind of thinking like, oh baby, let's not get back together all the way, but I'm totally willing to talk it out with her. So my sub rogue is probably gonna be like my alt, I think. I don't know. And then I didn't really play no Tokus. And then Gershom got a Paragon mount from the Valorjar. I don't know how you say that.
I've never known how to say it.
It's actually very pretty. It's got these weird like wind wings. Like you just gotta check it. It's like the wind like blows across its wings, and it doesn't really have an edge to its wings. So it's like from Stormheim from the Valorjar and Legion.
Is it one of those drakes?
It's a drake, but it's like the Valorjar drake that looks like the weird, like kind of. They're different. They don't look like Azeroth.
Yeah, they got the big chin.
Yeah, they have like the jutting out like jaw, and of course the Valorjar got them all chained up, so they got a bunch of chains like on them, and it just looks pretty cool. And the wings are like these kind of like sweeping back, like they're just wind. It's got like a little edge on it, but other than that, like the wings are pretty cool. I didn't get the Heartbreaker yet, and I'm making progress on the stupid Raptor mount that I've been trying to do forever. And then if we want to talk about it, yes, but no, I've been reading The Sundering too, so.
Ooh, I have not read that. It's been on my list for a long time, but I never actually
It's
went
really
out and bought it.
It's really fucking good. I gotta say, it's the best one. Like, Knack actually comes through on this one. We can talk about it or not. It's cool.
Did he also write the Arthas one? Who wrote that one? Was that Christy?
No, Christy Golden wrote the Arthas one.
I love the Arthas one. I'm a little confused about it because, not to go on a tangent, but the part where this isn't a spoiler, you know Invincible's an undead horse. The part where Invincible Arthas makes him jump too far and he snaps his legs, I gotta wonder why the in-game model, they should have had that reflected, like have those front legs hang limply or something.
A lot of the times the books don't match what goes into games and kind of like retcon.
Yeah. I know there's like a lot of like discord between the books and the join the Thralls Balls Discord, y'all.
Oh yeah, go to thrallsballs.com, join the Discord.
Can I just say though, because I had a line, so Ben, you remember when you told me when I started reading the War of the Ancients and you were like, oh, now your hatred of Malfurion will really develop?
Yeah.
Okay, so like there's go ahead.
No, I'm saying like, did it develop?
It's developed entirely because there's a point in The Sundering, and I'm only like on page like 135, so I'm like a third of the way through the book. But there's this point where like him and Brox are about to like take down a bunch of goblins, and Brox is like, we can't physically fight all these guys, maybe a spell. And it literally says Malfurion checked his belt and all his pouches to see what he had. And I was like, literally, dude, like with the throwing of like thorns and the throwing of like wind and stuff, I get it, you're a druid, but it's a little like overdeveloped. Like I know Knack like loves his druid and he loves his Malfurion, but I just feel like telling Malfurion like, stop worrying about the sacks on your belt and maybe give the one between your legs a tug. Because honestly, like it's getting old with him.
Gives your balls a tug, tit fucker.
Pretty much. Was that Letterkenny?
Yep. Fucking love Letterkenny.
Love that show. Allegedly.
It'd have to be a sick ostrich. The fuck the ostrich. Anyway, you been up to anything else, or is that the end of your list?
No, we're good. I know it's a list.
Right. Oh no, you're good. What I've been up to, and we're actually going to have to take a break after this because I need to plug my headset in. So look at that. I actually have to do some editing shit. Lovely. But what I've been up to, I have... we had a guild meeting the other day to sort out raid teams for 9.2. And I've committed to Destruction Warlock. Surprise fucking surprise. But in doing so, I discovered I neglected the shit out of him in 9.1. His renown is like 50-something. I gotta catch up. His gear, it's like 218. But thankfully, Zareth Mortis has some lower-ish level catch-up gear that you can get that's like, it'll be enough to give you a foot in the door. So there's that. I was also dicking around on my Draenei Shaman, actually, because I'm thinking about making him a Megar Orc. But I was continuously running Stone Core. For those of you who don't know, it's a dungeon in Deep Home from Cataclysm. And I wanted really badly the Vitreous Stone Drake mount. It's one of those stone drakes. It's got like the green things, the green gems on it. Like the Sandstone Drake is yellow, the Volcanic is red. And while I'm running that, at one point I zone out to reset the instance, and a rare flies past. Fucking Aeonax. This is a rare that drops the phosphorescent Stone Drake, so he's got purple gems on him. Believe it or not, the rare still only has blue ones. I don't care though, so I'm like, no fucking way. If you've ever tried to farm the Time Lost Proto Drake, it's just as rare. This is like just zoning. What are the odds that I was on WoW at that moment, came out of the dungeon at that moment, that the rare flew past at that moment, and nobody at that moment was at that moment attacking him at that moment?
That's because everyone's fucking dude. I lightly farmed that motherfucker for a while, but it's just so like I literally was like, okay, if he ever shows up, and that's exactly what happened for you. Like I was so happy for you.
So happy.
I was a little annoyed, but I was like, that's my homie, so I'm glad.
You're always gonna be annoyed when somebody gets a mount.
Yeah, and that mount is hard. ANX is like never there. It's so crazy.
What is ANX again?
It is a rare, stone drake that spawns in Deep Home and flies around. You kill him, he drops the reins of the phosphorescent stone drake.
Put it in host chat.
Yeah, I will later on. Beyond that, because I really have to run and grab the cord for my headset, I haven't really done much. I've decided the next character I'm going to take from 50 to 60 is probably my Void Elf Priest, because I fucking love the idea of a Void Elf Shadow Priest. And I want to get my characters all to 60, so like with 10.0, even though I'll probably go back to Warlock, because it's what I fucking do, I'll have some options to play with to see what I'll play in the next expansion, but that's way far down the line.
Wait, so that phosphorescent, sorry to interrupt, but that phosphorescent stone drake has like purple gems on it. Isn't purple your favorite color?
Purple is my favorite color.
Yeah.
I love that like purpley void aesthetic. Beyond that, I'm really happy to say that my love for WoW has been returning, and I don't exactly know what caused that. I don't know. I'm not going to question it. I'm happy playing the game. I'll be at work dreaming about being at home playing WoW, which hasn't happened in a long time. So I'm really pleased.
I was super happy to see you in the Uno Mas meeting. I'm like, oh no, is he not going to come? And I'm going to have to like take notes and send him notes. Like, oh no. And then I jumped on and it was like Grandmaster Wooly. And I was like, fuck yeah, he's here. Hell yeah.
Are
you guys still doing the 2 raid teams in Uno Mas?
Yes.
Yeah. There are 2 teams. There is one I would prefer to be on. I think the plan is to try both of them and see which one I mesh with better. And Noto, otherwise known as Gershom, you're in that same boat, right? I think. Anyway.
Yeah. Noto is just what Kata calls me for Notokus, because she didn't know how to pronounce it, so she started calling me Noto.
Anyway, that is all I have been up to in WoW. We're going to break real quick so I can get the shit taken care of that I should have taken care of before the show started. And we'll be back on the other side of the Mixed Drink of the Week bumper. See you in a minute. It's time for the Mixed Drink of the Week. Fuck yeah! It's the Mixed Drink of the Week. We're here, guys. Yeah, you thought we were gone, even though you probably didn't think that, but here we are. So, for those of you who've been paying attention, which, there's only like 30 people who listen to this podcast, so you've all been paying attention. Last episode, we ended the class and spec series of the Mixed Drink of the Week. Fuck yeah. We're starting a new series this week. The drinks are named after cities in WoW. Excuse me, I had a burp. Only for this series, the focus is on a shot rather than on a twist we put on the drink like we did last series. So, I guess, for example, you'll see when we do this. You'll see what I mean by that. But how we're going to popcorn this is popcorning it. Gross. Popcorning it. That sounds dirty. I think that's a show title right there. Popcorning it. So, we don't have a set... My point is, we don't have a set order of what cities we're going through. We're just kind of picking one and then the next. And I want to say 30 something cities we're going to be doing. So this is going to last a while. And we're going to take turns. It's not me every week. So like next week, it's going to be Bent, the week after Gershom, then me again. We're going to go alphabetical. So for the first drink in the new series, the shot is Oribos. So without further ado, wait, I forgot an important part. Please do not take part of the mixed drink of the week or any alcohol unless you are of legal age or legal whatever to do so. We're not responsible for any dumb shit that happens to you if you do dumb shit that you choose to do. So, you guys, what do you think is in the Oribos shot?
Bent, go.
I gotta like retrain my brain to think properly for the new rules. Oribos, it's blue. I'm gonna go with like vodka and Caraco.
Okay.
And, like blue like alcohol that's sweet.
Dang, I almost picked that. Oh no.
Oh no, our choices, they're broken. Is that your guess then?
Yeah, that's my guess.
All right. Gershom, what is your guess?
All right, we're going with Midori, a shot of Midori, which is watermelon liqueur, and then half a shot each of watermelon vodka and Deep Eddy lemon vodka, which I hope would turn it sort of greenish and bluish, because that kind of reminds me of the what's it called, the in between.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was my guess.
So you think it's like equal parts of all of those, or it's like two
No.
shots, one and then at the other shot?
So it's technically, sorry to recap, a shot of Midori and then half a shot each of watermelon vodka and Deep Eddy lemon vodka.
Okay, so like you're chasing the shot with another half shot and then another
No,
half shot.
just all mixed together.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Well,
I would
it's two shot. I mean, I figured you were gonna throw it into like a mixer. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that's a lot of alcohol for little old me. I drink like once a week and only for the show. So here's the thing. I didn't think of Oribos as blue. I was thinking of it as like gold and white and shit. So what is actually in the shot is there is like not even a finger, half a finger. Well, okay, I don't know what a finger is. Like a little tiny bit of honey whiskey in the bottom, like a little layer of it. And then the rest of the shot is filled up with vodka. And you put some salt in it to kind of spice things up a tiny bit. What I wanted to do was honey whiskey and Goldschlager, because I love the idea of the gold pieces flying around in there, but I couldn't find any Goldschlager at the store. Also, I'm a broke-ass bitch, and that shit's kind of pricey. So I just settled for vodka. I know Goldschlager is like it's a schnapps, but so it's not the same. But it would have looked really cool.
Is it Fleshman's?
I can neither confirm nor deny, but yes, it is. So how we're doing this is, you can hear my bag rustling. We're doing it so like you choose what to do with the shot. If you want to shoot it, go ahead. If you want to chase it with something, cool. If you want to pop it into a mixed drink, you can go ahead and do that. And in this case, that's what I'm going to do, because it is mostly Fleshman's, and shooting Fleshman's is just fucking nasty. So I'm going to just drop the shot in the cup. It is technically, I guess, still a mixed drink. So I guess we're sort of easing into this, aren't we?
I mean, you're drinking Fleshman, so do what you need to do, bro.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say you don't want to shoot Fleshman's.
Fleshman's on its own is like very close to the same level of nasty as the first attempt at the unholy drink.
They don't have Fleshman's in Chicago, but I think like the Gordons or the Dimitri would do you about the same.
They just pump water in from Lake Michigan, puke in it, and mix it with alcohol, and call it good enough. Okay, so I have decided to mix this with Sprite, and I don't know how well it mixed, but I overfilled the cup. Yeah, it mixed pretty well. Anyway, over the lips, through the gums, look out, asshole. I mean, it's hard to say what it's like because I mixed it with Sprite, but I can definitely still taste the honey whiskey. I can taste the salt. The vodka's in there somewhere, and it's, broken up enough by the Sprite that it's not awful.
You know what? This actually sounds like a drink. Like, I think you might have won, Willie. Like, not that we're voting, but the brokers make like really nasty food. And
Now I do.
like weird drink. No, like you never saw. Oh, you just gotta go look at the food that you can make in Shadowlands, like that the brokers teach you the recipes for, because they're really weird. It's like the brokers have no idea of like taste, or like they have no coherent like idea of like what things taste like or what might go well together. So like,
so it's
I don't
like
know.
they
It sounds like
mix
something
like
a broker would make.
fish and peanut butter or something.
They
'cause
do.
don't
They
know
make
any better.
like they make weird shit. I'll tell you, like cinnamon fish stew. I don't know what the fuck that
Yeah.
is. And then they have a thing. It's a funny story, and then I'll be quiet about it. But there's a recipe called banana beef pudding.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so it's just like it's called banana beef pudding.
Oh,
And
beef your
I
banana.
I was making it one time to get up like my cooking skill or something, and my daughter saw me doing it, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like making this thing called banana beef pudding, and she goes, "That sounds nasty." And I was like, "Yeah, it does, but maybe it's something you would get around. It's like banana beef pudding. Maybe it's like a beef stew with like fried plantains on top. Like it could be good, And she saw the icon for the food, which has like the soup with like this weird puff of like whipped cream on top. And she goes, "Mom, that has whipped cream on top. That is not real food."
Yes.
Yeah,
is true.
exactly. So the broker food is, I don't know. They have no concept of like taste or something.
They have no concept of a lot of things.
Yeah. There's a new food item in 9.2, stone soup. Like I think that's like the feast equivalent, isn't it? But I don't know. I don't know for sure. But I feel very strongly that they missed a huge opportunity here. And I said this in our guild meeting the other day. They were talking about stone soup. And I'm like, they really could have just put for flavor text, good soup. And they didn't. They didn't. We could have had good soup.
And they didn't put no soup for you either.
Good soup. They could have, and they didn't. So anyway, what's in the Oribos shot is a little layer of honey whiskey. Fill it in with vodka, or if you're feeling frisky, go for the Goldschlager. If you do the vodka, put a little salt in there. If you do the Goldschlager, don't ruin it with salt. You can either shoot it, or mix it with Sprite, or whatever, or chase it with something. Up to you. Next week, Bentolas is going to hit the stage. He's going to be the first person ever, other than me, to do a mixed drink of the week. What city are you going to do your drink about?
I've been debating this for a very long time.
Very long time being the 30 minutes and 39 seconds we've been recording?
Yeah, like it's all I've been thinking about. I think I'm going to go with a classic Orgrimmar.
Ah, yes.
You stealer. You're a stealer.
I'm a thief.
I mean, come on. Somebody was going to take
He
Org.
does play an outlaw rogue. He stole that shit right out from under me like...
That's what we do.
All right, so I guess we're going to find out next week what is in an Orgrimmar shot. Let's move on then to WoW News.
Time for WoW News, motherfuckers.
So, WoW News. Yes, 9.2. I wrote 9.1 on here because I'm stupid. But 9.2 is coming. And it is coming on fucking Tuesday, the 22nd. So chances are, unless you listen to this the day the episode comes out, chances are it's already out for you. I do believe EU gets it on Wednesday, though, the 23rd. I could be wrong. Anyway, we'll get to that, but we have some other stuff to cover first. And I keep burping. So, saw something that gave me a little bit of hope, but also a little bit of apprehension. The Microsoft president, Brad Smith, calls for continued and constant effort from Activision to make changing their work climate that needs to be a priority. So Brad Smith was interviewing with CNBC, and he was asked what Microsoft is planning to do to address the situation Activision Blizzard has found themselves in when they take over. And Smith's answer gave me a lot of hope for the future of Blizzard, and it was very much in line with everything I've heard about Microsoft taking this kind of thing very seriously. So I'm just going to read what he says. It's a little bit of a mouthful. I think if there's one thing we've learned about addressing issues of sexual harassment or almost any issue of culture for people, it really requires a combination of commitment, and this is the part I really like that he's saying, and humility. You've got to be committed to making things better. We're looking to the leadership team at Activision Blizzard today to make culture and workplace safety a top priority every single day until the day when this deal hopefully closes, and then we'll take over, and we need to make that same commitment. But I also think humility matters. The day you think you're done, the day that you think you can declare victory, is probably the day when you sacrifice the very values that you're hoping to promote. So we always approach this recognizing that we've been on a path, we've been evolving, we hope it's a positive path, and so this is something not just for Activision Blizzard. I think it's part of every part of Microsoft. It's part of the entire tech sector, it's part of every business in the whole economy. You can go ahead and read everything Wowhead wrote about this, and they have a link to the interview he did. It was on TV. But like, I love that because it's not that bland corporate shit that Activision has been putting out. Like, we're committed to making changes, blah blah blah. Here's all the things we've done to pat ourselves on the back, blah blah blah. Or they would absolutely, if not with Microsoft getting involved, absolutely would find a goalpost, get there, and say, all right, we're done, we did it, and then ignore it. I guarantee you that is the kind of shit that Activision leadership would pull. But Microsoft is different. They're going to be like, yeah, okay, all right, you got here, you're doing good, now keep going, do it better. But one thing I don't like about this, and this isn't what was in what I just read, but it did seem that Microsoft is being a little soft on stating definitively whether or not Codec is going to be out after the deal closes. But that could also be because of the nature of the deal not being finalized yet. I don't know. I'm hoping he's gone.
They don't want to say that right away because uncertainty will hurt the stock price. That's basically it. So when it's time to happen, they'll, he's going to leave 100%. Yeah. Microsoft doesn't tolerate that shit. I have a lot of gripes about Microsoft, but I will say they're one of the better companies when it comes to, getting rid of people.
Yeah. I don't think it's just going to magically fix everything. Like, there's a lot of issues that need addressing, like unionization. They haven't said anything about what they think about game workers union thing. But I don't know. This is a good thing, I think. In other news, Russ Petersen has left Blizzard. If you don't know who that is, he was the lead rewards designer on World of Warcraft. And there were a lot of Blizzard employees tweeting about how hard he worked and how passionate he is about everything he gets behind. And one of the things he worked on was the toy box thing. If you remember, before we had the toy box UI in the game, it was a fucking nightmare. You had to find where the item was in order to use it. It took up space in your bag. And now you just open a panel and you can use it wherever the hell you are. That's great. That's awesome. He did present the Heart of Azeroth and Azerite armor at BlizzCon 2017. So that may be a bad example, but I mean, not everybody bats 1,000. Whatever.
I mean, it sucked to start with, but I think they did a good job fixing that at the end.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Sorry,
lot to say
I was
there.
gonna say that the toy box was one of the coolest things. Like when that came out, and the pet journal, you used to have to keep your pets in your bag too.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was like I don't know if he was responsible for that as well, but the pet journal and the toy box. When did that come? Like cat was that Kata?
I don't remember. It's
I
been
can't
some.
remember
I
at
think
all, but
Miss.
I remember when it came out, I was like, no fucking way. Like it was bomb as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, from everything I've heard and read, he like seriously worked his ass off to give everything he had to whatever he worked on. I mean, there's some stuff he worked on that we didn't like, but there's tons of shit that the player base did like. If you remember how people were excited that we were going to get transmoggable glasses, and then I don't really see anybody using them, but, you know, they're there, and I think they're cool. That was his project. That was his pet project that he worked extra time to make happen. So if one of you out there is using those, you have him to thank, because that came to fruition because of him. He didn't say in his post on Twitter why he's leaving or what's next, and I really don't want to speculate why, because these days when someone's leaving Blizzard, it's less of a we out bitches, see you later, and more of a people are like, oh my god, what happened now? What happened now? And like, I just don't want to feed that particular beast. Not today.
I don't think he was mentioned though in accusations, so it's
No, he
probably
was
just like a
not.
professional development, or maybe some people just need a change,
Honestly, there is a lot of turnover in the games industry as a whole. It's pretty unusual to stick with one games company for longer than like 4 or 5 years. And you see people sticking longer than that at Blizzard, well, until recently. So, honestly, I think this is just natural movement within the industry. I hope I'm not wrong. Anyway, so yeah, back to the 9.2 thing. Really quick for you guys, what's in this? But not limited to, you know. There's Zereth Mortis, a new zone. It looks cool. There is a new Sepulcher of the first one's raid. I want to call it Sofo, even though certain other people with certain other podcasts think that sounds weird, but I'm calling it Sofo, damn it.
Oh no.
There's new
Sorry.
Torghast stuff for the like 2 people that give a shit about Torghast. Protoform synthesis is basically a way to craft certain pets and mounts. It's kind of like that thing in Mechagon where you can make shit. And they're adding a new brawl called Solo Shuffle. It's pretty much just to test the viability of solo queue in 3v3 arena with 2 DPS and 1 healer. So that's coming on March 1st. Another part of the patch is, this has been bounced around a bit on social media, is an item to upgrade your conduits to 278 eye level. And I think the intent here is you've done the work to get this thing, now you can have all your conduits up. I'm not holding my breath to get it, but what it is it's the Vessel of Profound Possibilities. It's sold on your main Covenant Rep Quartermaster, previously sold in Zereth Mortis. They thought that didn't make sense, so they moved it. You have to, it requires that you finish Chapter 7 of the Covenant campaign, so it'll take a couple weeks to even get there, and this is the part that's shitty. You need to have either a Mythic Sepulcher kill, like, all the way through, Keystone Hero for Season 3, or Elite Shadowlands for Season 3. So I'm not gonna get too excited, because I don't raid Mythic, I suck at keys, although a goal of mine is to get better at them, and I am not an elite gladiator PvP type. Just to share my opinion here, though, like, just as a whole, I'm just tired of having to maintain extraneous systems, like, other than the gear we're wearing, you know, like, make me gem and enchant my gear, that's fine, but having to jump up through these extra hoops, I'm getting tired of it. Like, I'm okay with having to assemble a 2 or a 4 piece, but conduits and shit, I'm sick of it. It's getting really old, and I hope this sort of thing disappears altogether, but I don't think it will. I don't know. I honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm so behind on the whole Shadowlands thing that I'm not totally sure how to go about upgrading my conduits at all. I used to know, and I've forgotten.
There's a way, there's a thing you can buy now. I think it's from the guy next to the Flight Master, right?
Yeah, but it only gives 200 eye level.
Yeah, but it gives 200, but if you're not there, like when
And
I
I'm
had
not.
alts that weren't there, then that really did make a difference. I think we discussed this on the past episode.
Flaggy, I can link you. There's someone put together like a Google Doc for like how to gear up and get ready for 9.2 if you're interested in looking at it.
That would be great. My Warlock Pelswick is at 218 right now. I don't know what the catch-up gear in Zereth Mortis gets you to. I think it's like fairly lowish. I think it's like 225, 226. But I am behind. It would be nice to catch up.
Yeah, I'll for sure send you a link for that.
Thanks. As far as the raid, the Sofo... Eat it. The Sofo unlock schedule. So there's 11 bosses total, right? On March 1st, normal and heroic are opening, except for the last 3 bosses. And obviously those last 3 do include the jailer. And I believe Anduin is 4th to last, so we'll be able to get up to Anduin. Or up through Anduin.
Yeah, Anduin's like the gatekeeper for that.
Yeah, so we're going to get up inside Anduin. On March 8th, I know what I said. On March 8th, the last 3 bosses unlock, and so does all of Mythic. Raid Finder, wow, fuck my life. Raid Finder, Wing 1 opens. On the 22nd, LFR Wing 2. On April 5th, LFR Wing 3. And April 19th, LFR Wing 4. I don't know why they gate LFR like that. Do you guys know? Because I don't.
I don't really have any idea.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't
Well, they
know.
also, what I don't like they do is when Hall of Fame's done, they lock you to a myth. Like, for example, if I join a Mythic group to do a raid, I'm locked to that group. I cannot, like, find another group and do it. I think that's stupid, too.
Wait.
Like, after Hall of Fame is, like, for example, if I joined a heroic group, right? And say I don't kill a boss, I could just find another group and kill that boss. With Mythic, once you join the group, you're locked to that group for the week.
Huh.
I think that's stupid.
That's weird. I mean, I don't raid Mythic, so I don't gotta worry about that, but damn. Anyway, that's all we have for the news. You'd think there'd be more, but also, why would there be? Because the patch isn't out yet. Nobody's blown shit up. What did I forget?
They are releasing a new PvP arena, the Maldraxxi arena.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, King.
Wasn't there another one they're putting out too? I don't remember.
You mentioned that. That was like the shuffle thing.
No. Oh, no, I don't mean that. I thought they put out 2 different arena maps. Or am I making that up?
No, because they released the Kyrian one on release, and I think the new one is the Maldraxxi arena. Like the arena you go to and do the daily in.
Yeah,
Dude,
I like arena, but I don't do a lot of it.
So that's gonna be like an arena PvP, because I kind of wish it was like an epic battlegrounds, because I used to love those. Like,
it'd be too small for that.
It'd be so fun to go in there and just murk the fuck out of people. But if it's arena, I don't know. I kind of suck at that. I might jump in to see it though.
I could see like a variant of Temple of Katmogu somehow fitting into that arena. It's about the same size. I mean, if I'm right in thinking that it's the Colosseum in the middle of Maldraxxus, just basically repurposed.
No, it is. Yeah. If you watch the video on the loader, they do show like a photo of it, and it's basically like a huge circle with like Maldraxxi bones like surrounding the edges, and I'm like, I don't know what they're gonna do with this, but I might have to try it, to be honestly. I don't do a lot of PvP, but it's Maldraxxi, so I think, I don't know, I think it would be fun.
Speaking of Maldraxxus, I'm just going to manifest this now because then I have to do it. I'm going to have another song coming. It's going to be, I'm not going to say what song it is, but it's going to be about Draka, and it's pretty spicy. Yeah.
Ooh, baby. You gonna play the
Just
guitar again?
Nope. What? When did I play guitar?
I thought you did. The last song you did.
No. No, that was, that was all, what do you fucking call that? Karaoke'd. You talking about the Mage Tower song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play anything in that. I just rapped. If you can call that white boy shit rapping. Anyway, that's all we have for the news. Let's move on to the question of the week.
Question of the week.
It's the question of the week. Last episode, we asked you what event in Warcraft's history would you most want to see as a big budget movie. We got answers from 100% from Discord. Sometimes we get them on Twitter. One time we got them on email. But all of them came on Discord this time. If you want to join Discord and answer the next one, go to thrallsballs.com. So our first reply is from Aaron. He said, The Fall of Gilneas. Give me the works. Opening the portal to the Emerald Dream. Months later, the Worgens swarm the city. The Forsaken attack it and destroy the city, and finally being saved by the Night Elves. Give me the story from two siblings' perspective. One standard Gilnean and one Worgen who gets quote-unquote cursed. I love it. I'd love to watch that. I want it directed by, like, some gritty director who doesn't want to play up the campiness, you know? Make it dark and bloody.
John Favreau.
Tarantino.
Favreau, I could see that. And then I'll just read Crucifix's as well. Crucifix gave a very simple answer that answers so much. He said a lot with this one word, Wrathgate. Imagine an entire movie where the climax is the Wrathgate, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? The movie's over? Oh, you gotta see the next movie to see what happens next. You know?
There you go. Job security.
That actually, the whole Ice Crown thing would, Wrath of the Lich King, not necessarily Warcraft 3, though that could be like a prequel, but Wrath of the Lich King would make an amazing movie trilogy. Like, it ends with Wrathgate, and then at some point, Dranosh is a Death Knight, and you're like, what the fuck? Dude, I'd watch the shit out of that. All right, who wants to read the next one?
I will, because I finally know how to pronounce this name.
Ooh.
Hopefully. It's Tadrla.
Tadrla.
And she says Legion, like just all of Legion. The Broken Shore Battle, Ysera's death, going to Argus, the I Am My Scars scene, just all of the great demon ass kicking.
I would watch that.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Honestly, like, I don't want to reminisce too much, but I think the absolute best part of Legion is something that gets memed a lot, where a character shows up and kill steals. But when fucking Illidan shows up and just, like, grabs Gul'dan by the head and is like, fuck you, and just blows him the fuck up. Oh.
With his wings.
Yes. Oh my god, that would be so cool to see on the big screen. Ben, you want to read the last two? Because they're both sort of short, but they also say a lot.
So Shantyman says, give me a trilogy for the War of the Ancients.
I'm in.
I think that's great. I think that'd be a good prequel idea, though. I think you kind of have to set the scene for those characters, and then you go back and see what they were like.
Ooh, yeah.
And then Vanderlyle says the Arthas novel. And yeah, I mean, Arthas is one of the legendary characters of the show, so I think everyone would like to see a biopic of him.
I'm picturing like 3 trilogies, sort of like Star Wars, but like one trilogy centered around Arthas as a kid and growing up and all that. And then I forgot how far the Arthas novel goes, but then Arthas the book, and then Wrath of the Lich King. All of those as different trilogies. And maybe there's not enough material there for the first 2 trilogies. First 2 can be 2 movies, and then a Wrath of the Lich King trilogy. How about that?
Yeah, I would do that.
Yep, totally.
So, what are your guys' answers?
Ben, go ahead.
I went first for what we were doing for the week. So how about Willie goes first? Because he always goes last.
Well, I do that out of politeness, but thank you. I honestly, I would love to see Cataclysm as a movie. Like, just this big this big fucking dragon just rips out of the ground, fucks everything up. God, that fucking cinematic alone was amazing. So, Gershom, what's your second choice? Because I just picked your first choice.
I don't have a second choice. God damn it. I know we're like such good friends and we think so much on the same, but I would love to see the same thing. I want to see Cataclysm. And you even mentioned the opening cinematic where he's having like the fucking plates nailed onto his back. By the way, I just read that when I was reading The Sundering, and it was more disturbing than I thought it would be. Like, Deathwing was in a lot of fucking pain. Like, I believe that shit, like, Malfurion and Brox were basically trying to, like, sneak in and, like, get the dragon soul while he was, like, busy getting his fucking armor plates on. And it was, like, it brought a lot of, like, weird, like, pimples on my foot. Like, it gave me the chills just the way Richard Knack wrote about it. Sorry, but he was like, they slammed the bolts into him and he was like screaming at the top of his lungs. Like, the screams were like terrifying as they echoed through the cabin, or his cavern or whatever. Like, sorry, but it was just so enticing. Like, I was just like, I want to see that. Like, that's the beginning of the movie, and then, like, what do you see? You know, so we had the same idea, and I didn't have a second option. I'm sorry.
What if they did the Cataclysm movie and they tried to make it a little more tragic by having flashbacks to when Deathwing was Neltharion, and they show his corruption a bit?
Yes, I was thinking that. I was like, there would be like flashbacks between like the War of the Ancients, basically. And then the other, like, I did have another idea, but it was stupid. I would like to see the Sundering, but honestly, I think that would be kind of boring because it had Malfurion in it. So, Gotti.
Ben, what's your answer?
So it's funny this question came up because my girlfriend's cousin, she graduated school to be like a film director. And like she's working in New York City for some film director right now. And I've been bugging her, and this is probably kind of cheating, but like a Game of Thrones season series of World of Warcraft with each expansion being a season. So like, for example, season 1 would be classic. Season 2 would be the Burning Crusade. Season 3, Wrath of the Lich King, etc., etc. And then you could just build off like so much from that. Like, you can do a War of the Ancients trilogy. You can do like an Arthas before he turned evil, series. You could even do like Rise of the Horde when they came through the portal. Like, there's so much you could do with it, and that's what I would do. Because I think I think what the movie they released fucked up in was that there was so much information on what they showed that it really needed like 2 or 3 movies to really do it justice.
It did. Honestly,
just to do like the Draenor Gul'dan shit could have been a trilogy. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, objectively, it was not a good movie, but I still enjoy it because it's Warcraft and I love Warcraft, but it was not a good movie.
I put it on the other night and baby daddy came in and he said, "Are you watching this?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I don't like it anymore. And he was like, "Why?" "Because you're all into the lore and podcasting now." And I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly why."
Yeah, there's so much they fucked up. Like, Garona is not half human. She's half Draenei, god damn it.
She's Marad's niece, dude.
This is bullshit. Anyway, so that was the question of the week. The new question is, what do you think? And this was suggested by Tajirla. How do you say that?
Tajirla.
this was suggested by Tajula in Discord. What do you think Azeroth the World Soul would look like as a Titan? You can answer in Discord by going to thrallsballs.com and get yeeted into the server. You can just answer on Twitter if you want. Tweet us at thrallsballspod. When I remember, I post the question on Twitter. You can answer via email, thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. So, I have a bumper for the draft now. Yeah, I haven't played it for these guys. I'll throw it in the chat after the show. Anyway, let's go on to the draft.
Thralls, balls, draft, everybody.
Hell yeah. So, last time we drafted our favorite zones to have a party or take a vacation in. Bent drafted the Gallywix Pleasure Palace, Stranglethorn Vale, Ironforge, and Thousand Needles. I drafted Val'sharah, Moonglade, Borealis, and the Jade Forest. Gershom drafted Grizzly Hills, Stormwind, Azuna, and the Timeless Isle. Gershom ran away with that. She won with 3 votes, Bent had 2, and I came up in third with only 1 little vote, and I don't even remember if I actually voted for myself or if somebody out there actually thought that I had the best choices. I don't know. It was probably my own vote, and nobody likes me. It's fine. But this week, we're drafting 5 in-game drinks to stock our bars with. And if we had a bar. And I think it would be fun to name our bars, too. I don't know if you guys have names ready, but I do. The order of the draft is based on the winners and the losers of the previous draft. So since I won, I'm first. Bent was in second place, so he goes second. And Gershom won, so she goes third. So me, Bent, Gershom, Bent, me, and so on and so forth. So since I'm up first, I'm going to get my relatively weak pick out of the way. And people are going to be, what? Why did you pick that? And I'll explain. But I'm going with the Airy Peak Pale Ale. And the reason for that is I spent a couple years playing on Airy Peak in CTR. So this is a little bit of a nod to my WoW past. Yeah. Bent, what's your first choice?
Molasses Firewater, because it sounds like a drink that'll fuck you up.
It sure as fuck does. Damn. Gershom, what's your first?
All right, I picked the Mystery Keg, which is actually a toy you get from Aspires in Iraq Quest. If it's Horde, it's not in your army. If it's Alliance, it's called Cleaning House. So this is a toy you get, and you basically click on it, and it provides any random alcohol from the World of Warcraft.
Oh my god, you may have just won the draft by picking all the alcohols. But that works. Damn. So what's your second pick?
Oh, I get to go again. Okay,
Yeah.
This is called the Killer Brew. Finger quotes, Killer Brew.
Is that two words or one?
It's 2. Killer Brew, sold by Nick Arse. Love it. On Dark Moon Island. And the reason I like this one is because the icon has a little like skull cup as the cup. So it's like a skull with a handle. And I actually have a cup at my house that doesn't have a handle, but it's a glass skull. And that's my favorite thing to drink booze out of, because I can put my thumb in the eye. It feels so good, like to have a skull as a cup, and it's called the Killer Brew.
That's
I guess it's
awesome.
just beer, but it does sit in like a skull cup, so I like that.
Nice.
Drinking like the skulls of your enemies.
Exactly.
Put wine in it.
Oh, it'd be like blood.
Yeah. What's your second pick, Ben?
I went with Don Carlos Tequila. I don't know who sells it, because I'm not going to lie, I don't really know much about the drinks in the game. But I love tequila, and Don Carlos sounds dope as shit. It's like Don Julio.
Yeah.
Did you see the one where you can get the one that has the worm? Like Don Carlos with worm?
Listen, that's on my list. That's on my list.
Actually, the worm, well, maybe there's 2 of them, but I'm taking Cuergo's Gold with the worm, because it is a very obvious nod to Jose Cuervo. So I'm taking Cuergo's Gold with the worm. And then I go twice now. So my third is going to be the Dark Moon Special Reserve. So from what I read, it is a very, very strong in-game drink. It'll fuck you up. Okay, Bent, we're on to you again. What's your third pick?
I'm gonna go with the Cenarian Spirits because I feel like it'd be like one of those weed-infused drinks, and it'd be like
Ooh.
really relaxing to drink. And I feel like I'd be like drinking that like at some like festival in the middle of a jungle.
We are giving each other a run for our monies here. I still think Gersham's winning with the mystery keg. But what's your third pick, Gersham?
I'm gonna be basic and go with the volatile rum.
Volatile rum. Okay. What's your fourth one?
So I picked the Bradensbrook Gorse wine. This is sold all over Legion, and honestly, I just picked it because my bar is going to be run by Notokis, so she has to support former Gilneans because Bradensbrook is basically a bunch of like human Gilneans who like migrated there for whatever reason. So yeah, so I picked that one.
How do you spell that?
Bradensbrook.
Is it Braden?
Yeah, Bradensbrook.
Okay. And
then Gorse wine, Gorse wine.
Okay, I was right. Sweet. We are on our fourth picks now. Bent, what's your number 4?
I'm gonna go with the classic. Reminds me of playing a dwarf, just chilling in Dummerow, sitting in the cavern, just getting bombed with a bunch of smelly dwarves. Thunderbrew Lager.
Ooh. I think you might have just alienated all the dwarf players though by saying they stinky.
They own their stinkiness.
That's how they laugh.
Yeah, they're like fucking Scottish.
That was a very good fucking dwarf.
It really was.
Well,
that was
thank you.
amazing.
So, I think for I get my last 2 picks now. Shit. Okay. I haven't taken a rum, so I'm gonna take Rumsey Rum Black Label. Did I spell label? That's not how you spell label. And the Steamweedle Fizzy Spirits, because I feel like there's not enough carbonation on the table here. Okay, spinning it back around. Bent, what is your last pick?
I'm gonna go with the Whiz Bang Special Brew because it sounds cool as fuck.
I don't know if I'm spelling it right, but people will know. Whiz Bang Special Brew. All right, Gersham, you got one more pick.
All right, this one's a winner. I'm gonna go with the Sausage Martini.
What?
Listen up. It's sold by Barkeep Cotner in Falconhurst, which is in Drustvar. And it says, when you buy it, savory and sweet, the flavor of apples and fine Drustvar sausage with a hint of smoke. It shouldn't work, and yes, it does. This is a Thralls Balls drink, y'all.
Actually, it totally is. Because we mix shit together that shouldn't work, but then it does.
Didn't you put like beef jerky in a drink one time or something?
I mean, yeah, but that's pretty normal. People do that.
Apparently people in Drustvar do that too. They make sausage martinis. So
All right, we're going to name our bars now. I'll let you guys go first. 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, we haven't said what. Yeah, we'll do that after. So, Gersham, what is your bar's name?
it is called Notokis's Booze Bowl. Because it's like a water bowl, but she's a dog, so it's a booze
Oh, I
bowl.
like it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Bent, what's your bar called?
Bentolas Bandits Hovel.
Okay, the BBH.
It is just a place of debauchery.
Okay,
And
so
it absolutely is a dive bar.
is it located in the Dollar on Underbelly?
No, it's actually
Oh.
located in Freehold.
Oh, perfect. I went a little bit of a different direction. I'm calling mine. Where did I write it down? So, do you guys watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I just started
Yeah.
watching it.
They
Yeah.
have the bar there called Patty's Pub. I'm calling mine Patty's Nuts Pub. Paddy's Nuts Pub.
Like Pat these
I-
nuts.
Paddy's Nuts Pub.
You're like that one guy in the show who always wears those like corny shirts saying,
That's Mac. Yeah, that's Mac. He always wears like the stupid shirts.
Oh.
Then he rips the sleeves off of them.
I don't remember the shirts being... I guess I wasn't paying attention to the shirts. Anyway, so that was the draft, y'all. There will be... Watch for the poll. It'll go up the same day the episode does. So for us, that's 2 days from now. We will tweet it. We will post it in Discord. Howling at the moon. Yeah, so that was the draft. What are your final thoughts, guys? Let's start with Gershom. Gershom, what's your final thought?
Drink from the mystery keg and see where it gets you.
Okay. Ben.
"Had these nuts."
All right. And I guess my final thought is popcorning it didn't sound nearly as wholesome as I thought it would. It kind of sounds weird. But just because I forgot to reiterate because, it's just who I am as a person. My bar, Patty's Nuts Pub, has Airy Peak Pale Ale, Cuergo's Gold with Worm, Dark Moon Special Reserve, Rumsey Rum Black Label, and Steam Weedle Fizzy Spirits. The Bentolas Bandits Hovel has Molasses Firewater, Don Carlos Tequila, Cenarian Spirits, Thunderbrew Lager, and Whizbang Special Brew. And Gershom's Notokus' Booze Bowl has Mystery Keg, Killer Brew, Volatile Rum, Braden's Brook Gorse Wine, and the Sausage Martini. Again, watch for the, you can go ahead and watch for the poll. We're gonna get on out of here. You can go ahead and email us with any feedback to get teabagged on the show. So email us at thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. You can leave a review at warcraftradio.com/directory. You can follow us on Twitter at thrallsballspod. I am at Wooly08, 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y. Gershom is at Hunter Gershom, Gershom. And Bentolas is at Bentolas_outlaw. And believe it or not, this is the first time in history I've actually talked longer than the outro music played. God damn it, I fucked it up. Anyway, bye everybody, we love you, be good.
Bye, swingers.
Hi, y'all.